Good morning, everybody. It's a cold morning, 6:55 a.m., and we're going to be going through a day of eating and a day of training. I think it's like 25 degrees outside, so it'll be indoors today. But yeah, I got 5 hours with some efforts, so figured it'd be fun to go through a full day of eating, how I fuel the rides, and then also just kind of what I eat to recover. First things first, coffee. I don't have an espresso machine or a normal coffee machine, so I rock the mocha pot. Got some just cheap espresso grounds here. Um, haven't had a chance to go to the coffee shop lately to get good beans, so that's what I'm rocking with. Um, Gets the job done. I make like a little latte with the mocha, and I mean it's pretty good. So that's what we roll with. And then once I'm done making the coffee, I'll switch to making breakfast, which for weekends when I have the time, or just longer interval days like this where I want to be more low fiber, usually rock pancakes. I don't know. I like pancakes. I think they're fun. I think they're good. I eat so much oatmeal during the week. It's what I pack to bring to work, so the pancakes are just a bit different. I think I'll just do plain today. Usually I'll do blueberry, sometimes like chocolate chip or something, but I think I'll probably just do plain today. And then yeah, we'll be fueled up and ready to go to do some intervals. Secret for the mocha pot, the little AeroPress filter. Go ahead and stick that on the bottom of the mocha pot. Top piece. Whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. So, alright. Mocha's ready. Throw it on the stove. Let that roll for a bit. Put my espresso away. And start getting ready to make some pancakes. So, my trustee's member mark, the Sam's Club mix, and then I'll throw a little bit of the Kodiak mix in there as well. Gotta grab my bowl and whisk out of the dishwasher because I definitely made pancakes yesterday. So, I was not lying when I said it was my go-to. Throw that on my scale. Pull up my app to try to remember how much of each I wanted to do. Alright, let's start measuring and cooking. I'm going to do equal parts, 90 grams the Kodiak mix. Damn, right on the dot, 90 grams. So I'll do 90 grams of the Kodiak mix, 90 grams of the just regular pancake mix. And then I'll probably throw in just a little extra seasonings, just because what you got to do. Alright, and oh, so close. Alright, 89 grams, close enough. throw that back away. And my pantry is somewhat disorganized. Throw a little extra cinnamon in there. And a little extra brown sugar. I also will put a little bit of this brown sugar in my cup for my coffee. Because like I said, I like making the lattes. I don't know, I'm not a plain mocha pot or espresso guy typically. And I don't have a milk frother to make anything that's actually like fancy here. So the iced latte with almond milk's the best I'm gonna do, the best I'm gonna get. Alright, so mixed up the dry. I got my Brita out here because I got to fill bottles in a little bit. So start mixing the pancake batter. Hopefully I don't add too much water straight out the gate like I did yesterday and then have super thin pancakes, which was kind of annoying. But I think I was just excited to eat some pancakes. So this time around, maybe I was a little bit nervous of messing up on camera. Definitely didn't add nearly enough. So just add some more. Second time around, I'll do a splash more. And I mean, this is all personal preference. I mean, I like mine a little bit thicker, but not overly. So there's that. Pancake batter's done. We can start actually making the pancakes. So got my hot pan right here. This is the mocha. We'll start cooking. Alright, I don't even know if you can actually see the plate, or not plate, pan. Sorry, it's still early. I don't know if you can see the pan, but got my cooking spray here. Time to make some pancakes. Mocha pot doing its magic. Pancakes doing their magic. We'll be eating good soon. Alright, cooking's done. My drink's been made, so just like a little brown sugar mixed iced latte. Nothing fancy. And then got my pancakes. So I'm gonna hammer these. Maybe watch some YouTube or some TikTok just to kill a little bit of time while I'm eating. And then it's time to get ready for the ride. It's already 7:20, so I was hoping to be on the bike by 8. Probably gonna look more like 8:30 now. But yeah, I don't know. Would like to be outside, but it snowed / rained a little bit last night, so just looking outside my window, the roads are wet. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's supposed to get a little bit warmer today. I mean, it's been pretty cold recently, but yeah, I don't know. Even with it being a little bit warmer, the trainer is super effective for doing efforts and stuff. And two, it's just like if it is slick. There are going to be parts that are probably shaded, a little bit colder. You know, if it's icy, if you have an accident or something like that, like, is it really worth the risk? I don't know. I think maybe I'll get to a point in the trainer season where it'll be bad, but at this point I've already done multiple 5-hour rides indoors and it hasn't been terrible. So it just kind of is what it is. I'm also fairly busy today, just with chores and errands, so you guys will be able to follow along a bit on that. So, you know, being able to get on the trainer early, it's just super convenient. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So yeah, I'm gonna eat my breakfast and then we'll start getting ready for the ride. All right, we're on the bike, ready to go. Swiss rocking. Got all my snacks. Time to get rolling. All right, a little under 3 hours done. About to start the efforts, but water bottles are empty, so we're gonna go ahead get those refilled. In terms of fueling so far, I did have a Monster. I just took a caffeine gel just before the efforts. Let's see what else. Got my trash in here. My caffeine gel, regular gel, and then killed the bag of gummy worms. So that's about 240 grams of carbs for the first 3 hours. So then I got about 260 left, 250, 260. I think I have 5 of the carb fuel gels left to have in those last 2 hours. So yeah, it'll put me at like 125 an hour for the last 2 hours, and yeah, with having the higher intensity then, and then also I am planning on going to the gym to do a leg day. I'll actually do a full body workout after the ride later today. I want to try to stay as topped up on carbohydrates during the ride, just because I'm not going to want to eat that big of a meal before I go to the gym. So yeah, the plan is to ride, have my shake, probably shower and get changed, just because I am pretty gross already and still do have 2 more hours of riding hard to do. So I'll probably shower and then eat my lunch, maybe chill out for a sec, and then try to head to the gym fairly soon after. So it'll be a smaller lunch. So that's why, like I said, want to stay as topped up during the ride. And then, yeah, we'll do gym and then dinner time. So I'm going to refill my bottles here, and then I'll be back on the bike shortly. All right, ride's done. 5 hours in total with the 2x20 tempo. I ended up taking less gels than I thought. Just timing wise, I ended up only doing 5 total on that second half. So I ended up for the full ride at like 90 grams an hour total. So, you know, it gives me, I guess, a little bit more cereal to eat after the ride. So I guess we'll go ahead and make that. So right now I don't have any recovery mix that I'm using. So just doing protein powder and cereal. What do I want to do today? I got a bunch of this, so we'll roll with this. Got some Rise Golden Cookie Blast, so it's like a golden Oreo. Let's see what I want to do. Once again, pull out my trusty app. I'll do 25 grams of that. All right, 25 on the dot. Probably just do some, oh, actually, no, 26. So I just mix it with water usually. Really no specific reason. Cereal wise, we'll do some multi-meal honeycombs. So make the shake. Come on, come on. Alright. Yeah, I don't have any almond milk in the fridge right now. So, water it is to make the shake. Alright. So, as some of you may know, I am an absolute cereal fiend. You can see I got the one in my hand, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags of cereal in there. So I like my cereal, and more importantly, I like my variety of cereal. So just launched one into oblivion. Gonna have to dig on my fridge for that. Alright, 100 grams of the honeycombs. Are they honeycombs? No, honey buzzers is the off-brand name. So 100 grams of that. Use the shake as my milk. That'll be my post-ride. So, like I said, don't have any recovery mix right now. Just been kind of lazy and restocking it. So, use the cereal for my quick carbs. Protein shake for the protein. So I'll have this, get cleaned up, and then I'll check back in a little bit for lunch. Alright. Gonna start making my lunch. Late lunch, 2:40 p.m. right now. So obviously was riding. I think I ended up getting on the bike at like little after 8:30, 8:45. So just including P-stop and filling up bottles. Ended up right at 2 o'clock, 2:15, finishing. So by the time just by the time I got cleaned up and everything, had to lube the chain, a little bit of maintenance on the bike, because even when you're on the trainer, still got to be maintaining your stuff. So yeah, just a little bit of work had to get done. So yeah, 2:40 now. I just want something kind of easy to get down before I go to the gym. So don't know why, but lately I've been on cream of rice. I don't, it's nothing really that good or special. But you can kind of get a little adventurous with it, I guess. Like for this case, I'll do something sweet, but you can do a savory, like I did. Like put some taco seasoning, did some taco seasoning yesterday, and kind of made like a burrito bowl out of it, just because I didn't have any rice. I had to go to the store yesterday to get some rice. So I've done that, but yeah, I don't know, it's versatile. So, and low fiber, digests it quick. So for post ride and then right before the gym, it's a good choice. So just add a little bit of salt, get some water in here. That's probably good enough. So throw the heat on that, bring that to a boil to get that cooking. While that's going, I'm also going to make some eggs. Really no other reason than I don't really feel like yogurt. Still want some fat, because since breakfast was pretty low fat, just really it's kind of in the Kodiak and the pancake mix. I and then have had no fat on the ride. So I'm still sitting pretty low fat, maybe like 10-ish, 15 grams. So I'm aiming for about 70, 75 on the day. Because with me currently trying to cut some weight, I try to keep my fat pretty much at my 1 gram per kilogram. So I'll be aiming for like 70, and maybe more towards 75 since the total caloric intake on the day is quite high. So yeah, I'll do a couple eggs just to get some fat up in the diet, and then yeah, I think I'll put some maple syrup in the cream of rice just to sweeten up a little bit. Maybe throw some cinnamon in there, and then would like some fruit in there. Probably some blueberries or just some triple berry. I don't know what I have in the fridge the most of. I'll do some triple berry. So, with fruit not really being in season right now, I rely heavily on the frozen stuff. So, got the Old Faithful Members Mark. I wish I was closer to Costco. I still make Costco trips, plenty, but Sam's Club's what I have in town, so most of my shopping is done at Sam's Club. So, grab some eggs, do a couple eggs, probably end up at 3 eggs, and yeah, that'll be the lunch and pre-gym meal. So I'll get this finished up cooking, and I will show you the finished product. Alright, lunch is made. Like I said, just did a couple eggs. Don't mind that they're kind of mangled. The flip didn't go well. But so just did three eggs. And then got my cream of rice. Just did some of the frozen berries that I mixed in there. And then some maple syrup, and then the cream of rice. So I'm good a bit of protein and fat from the eggs, and then just a giant bowl of carbs with the cream of rice. So gonna eat this before heading over to the gym. Figure we can go over the ride stats a little bit before I eat. But in total, it'll end up being a 6-hour training day. So for the ride, ended up at 5 hours 1 minute. So started off with the 3 hours, 3 hours of endurance. See what I averaged there. You averaged like 219, 220 watts for that 3 hours, and then we went right into the tempo. So I did 2 by 20 minutes with 30 minutes endurance in between, and then within those 20 minutes did 4 minutes of cadence of choice, 4 minutes, 50 to 60 RPM, back to free cadence, and then 50 to 60 free cadence. So did 3 at whatever cadence I wanted, and then 2 at the low torque, or low cadence, high torque. So started off 4 minutes, 314 with a cadence of 86. And then 4 minutes at 319, cadence of 53. 316, cadence of 82. 321, cadence of 54. And then 316, cadence of 79. Then for the 30-minute average, or 30-minute endurance block in between, did 219 watts, and then went right back into the last of the 20-minuters. Started off with 312 at 86 RPM, 321 at 54 RPM, 316 at 79 RPM, 324 at 54 RPMs, and then 316 at 79 RPMs. And then finish it off with 50 minutes of endurance,
average 219 watts. So that brings the total for the ride, average 232 watts, normalized 241, and then just about 4,193 kilojoules for the 5 hours. So overall, not a terribly hard ride. Mainly endurance, and then just the two tempo efforts, which relatively speaking isn't too hard or too difficult. Just trying to keep the fitness maintained, and then work on the torque stuff. Just kind of training it, trying it. I definitely feel the difference. Like I feel like, especially now at this point, my efficiency on them, now that I've started to do a lot more of them, has definitely gotten better. So I'm interested to see in the next coming weeks, in conjunction with that, and then the gym work, what it'll look like, what kind of gains we can find. But yeah, for the most part, this is a pretty typical weekend ride for me right now. It's usually a day of endurance and then a day of efforts, usually 4 to 5 hours. So I still have an hour in the gym to do, but between gym and riding, I'm sitting at 22 hours, 20 minutes. After the gym, I'll be sitting right about 23:20. So for this time of the year, especially for it being, all in the trainer, it's definitely been higher volume than probably last year. But I think we wanted to kind of start pushing early and pushing often, and we'll really start to crank it up even more come springtime. I think, as I've said in the past, like, I am fully committed to Sea Otter and Unbound, trying to get that wild card spot. So it's full gas to make it happen for those races. So it's still a long way out until Sea Otter. I think I actually have it as we're still 18 weeks out from Sea Otter, which is obviously a long time, but it'll sneak up on you, and we want to be ready not only for Sea Otter, but also some of the tune-up races that we'll do ahead of time. So like I said, that's pretty typical training for me right now. So I'm gonna eat my lunch because it is continuously getting late. It's now 3 o'clock, and I want to eat this, get over to the gym, get my workout in, and then it'll be time for dinner. And luckily, got my to-do list of things, but luckily don't have that much to do today. But yeah, definitely still got some chores to do. So trying to get everything wrapped up as early as possible so I can have a relaxing night and or not have to push stuff to do tomorrow on my recovery day. So I'm going to stop rambling because I'm miles and more enemy. I'm going to eat my lunch now, and I'll catch in with you guys in a few. I'm pulling up to the gym right now. We're technically not allowed to film in there. I'm hoping there will be no one in there, since I'm kind of at a weird time. So I guess you'll know if there was no one in there based on whatever the next clip is. If the next clip after this is me working out in the gym, then there was no one there and I decided to film. But if the next clip is me driving to Walmart, then there was people there and I didn't film. So I'm gonna get parked, walk in, see what it's looking like, and I will check in with you guys here soon. Alright, so based on the fact that there is no footage of me in the gym, that tells you that I didn't film in the gym. Ended up being a lot more busy than I thought it would be, so just decided against filming. No reason to intrude in everyone else's space while they're trying to work out. So didn't film, but got to go work out in full body, but obviously the focus is lower body, and then just a couple of smaller upper body workouts, and then core, and then just some mobility work. So finished up that. Now I'm going to have my shake, which, let me put that up here. I didn't feel like making a shake, so I just grabbed a Fairlife. These are super convenient when you're out and about like this, or if you're on a road trip or something like that. They're super cheap if you get them from Costco or Sam's, so that's what I went with. So I'm gonna drink that, head to Walmart, and I will catch you guys when I get home and start making dinner. And once I'm home, we'll maybe do a little recap of training goals for today and then for the full week. So stay tuned. All right, showered, cleaned up, did some cleaning around the house too after I got home. So while the kitchen still looks like a mess, the rest of the apartment looks good, I promise. So gonna do dinner. Simple dinner. I guess I gotta catch up on some fat, so gonna have some salmon, defrosting a filet, and then I'll do some potatoes. So, like I said earlier in the video, I am trying to lose some weight. Luckily, I'm not like too heavy at the moment. I mean, just a couple of the off-season kilos that I'm just trying to lose. So damn, Packers just scored. That sucks. Bears fan. So yeah, watching the Bears-Packers game while I make dinner. Okay, back on topic. Yeah, cooking dinner. While I'm trying to lose weight, like potatoes they're satiating. The volume is definitely a bit higher than you'll get than we'll say like a rice or pasta. And I don't know, I just love potatoes. So I got a salmon fillet, doing 595 grams of potatoes. So I'll get these cleaned up. And chopped up. Now, people are going to judge me here because I'm not going to season them when I put them in the air fryer, but that's just to start. So I'll do like maybe like halfway, 3/4 of the way cooked. Pull them out, flip them, and that's when I will season them. So like I promise I will season these potatoes. It's just not immediately. So chopping up at the potatoes. I guess we can talk a little bit about the training today. So end of the day, just about 6 hours of training, did the 5 hours on the bike, and then ended up a couple minutes past an hour in the gym. So yeah, that puts me 6 hours on the day, about 23 and a half on the week. So we really have been pushing higher volume than usual this winter. Right now, this is more typical of my like summer volume, but for the time being, that's what we're doing indoors as well. Yeah, just we're all in, or I'm all in on the wild card pursuit, and that means big days now, including having to do them on the trainer. So days like today, I probably could have gotten away with being outside, but didn't want to take the risk. But like, I mean, next week I know is like a high of 15. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be inside. You're gonna have to do 5 or more hours indoors. Just is what it is. But it's just about making the best of it and staying entertained. But yeah. But in terms of training, like damn. Potato down. But yeah, in terms of training, it's been going well. I mean, so far so good. I've only had a couple rides or workouts that have gone, truly poorly, which is, you know, good. Not that it's necessarily expected that you'd have some bad ones right now, but things happen. Life happens. So right now, yeah, definitely happy to have some good training at the moment. All right, next part of the dinner. Sorry, kind of change the subject there. Some asparagus. I love asparagus. I don't know, I think it tastes great. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna just do all this. I'm gonna trim it and do all this asparagus. Like I said, I just love asparagus. I got a couple of veggie options in there right now. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the asparagus. I got some bell peppers, some broccoli, zucchini, but we'll go with asparagus since this case was already open. Our bag was already open, so I'll just kill this bag. But yeah, especially now, we'll get back to the training. Especially now that you have a lot of time until you need to start doing real intensity. So just try to be as consistent as possible, and then in terms of nutrition, trying to have as many whole foods as possible. 315 grams of asparagus. That's a lot of asparagus, but it's good. Where was that? Yeah, so just trying to have as much whole foods as possible. I have an easier day tomorrow. Just have a recovery ride tomorrow, so while I'm still trying to have a good amount of food tonight, just because we've had a big day. Still trying to have some good fruits and vegetables, just to make sure you're getting all those micronutrients. I mean, I think we all saw what we had on my ride today. As much as I love the Carbs fuel gels and gummy bears, they don't really offer much in terms of micronutrients. So stuff like asparagus, it's just I mean, to me, it tastes good. All right, battery died. Has to switch batteries. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like, just find vegetables and fruits that you like. Like, to me, like I said, I love asparagus, bell pepper, zucchini. Helps keep you full. Micronutrients. Good source of fiber. Super important. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain why getting your fruits and vegetables in are good. Hopefully your mom and dad did that growing up. But yeah, so that's my spiel for that. Yeah, I don't really know what to say on that. Eat your fruits and vegetables, kids or adults. But all right, back to dinner. Got my asparagus cut. Potatoes are in the air fryer now. I'm going to put these in just to get them par cooked. Going to start prepping the salmon. Get that cooked up, and then we'll be done, and I'll have dinner ready. So I'll finish this up, put it in the air fryer, get that all done, and I'll check back in with you guys here in a few. All right, well, dinner isn't finished, but it's almost done, so gonna wrap the video up here. You can see got some asparagus and potatoes, my salmon, still finishing that up, and then what we got in the oven, little pancake bakes for breakfast in the morning. Yeah, I'll do one tomorrow, and then the other one on my other recovery day. later in the week, so just kind of meal prepping a little bit. Was gonna meal prep today, but honestly just kind of ran out of both time and motivation after cleaning my apartment. So luckily I have lunch for tomorrow, so that's not a big deal. And then with tomorrow being my recovery day, we'll have some more time to do some cooking and stuff. So we'll do meal prep for the rest of the week tomorrow. But yeah, I'll have dinner. I'll have some popcorn as my snack. Packers just scored. That sucks. But my snack, we'll do some of this lesser evil Himalayan sweetness, just like kind of kettle cornish. So I'll have a bucket of that as my snack, and then yeah, that'll be it. I'll throw my end of day totals right here. So we'll do calories burned and then what I consumed and the macros. I think in terms of calories burned, I should be right at like 6,400 calories on the day total. Like I said earlier, the ride was like 4,200 kilojoules, and then the gym's probably another 100, 200. And then in terms of consumed, it'll be that. But yeah, that's really all I got for today. Good day of training, good day of eating. Sadly, you really didn't get to see me cook anything that actually looked that appetizing. Dinner tonight will be the most appetizing. The pancakes, I guess, are appetizing, but a lot of times, yeah, it is just kind of eating what you got to eat to get the calories in, get the carbs in. So try to have fun with it as much as I can. But yeah, that's day of eating, day of training. Hopefully the next one I'll actually be able to show some training because it'll be more than just riding indoors. So if there is anything specific you guys do want to see, either on these videos or another topic that you guys want me to discuss, throw it in the comments below. But yeah, that's where I'll wrap it up today. I appreciate everyone for watching. This is probably actually going to be a quite longer one than usual, so appreciate everyone who's stuck around for the whole thing. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, if you have any suggestions or things you want to see, throw it in the comments. But until then, I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.